It's Scott.
Hey guys, it's Liz.
From King Queen Cichlets, and we are here today to start some drama and some controversy.
Woohoo!
I have for the longest time been politically correct.
Yes.
Politically correct all the time, sometimes even when I don't want to be. Most of the people who know me know that I speak my mind, and most people when I go to these clubs don't recognize me because they're like, oh my God, you're so nice.
And I'm actually the opposite. I'm not very politically correct, and I
That's true.
struggle with keeping my mouth shut, and I'm very opinionated.
One of the things about being president of a club or running a club is you have to be politically correct. And even though you have people sometimes that drive you absolutely nuts, you have to err to the side of being nice because you do, in fact, represent the club and you can offend people, and your job is to, and this is my definition of the job, it's the reason why I created the Cichlid Club of York. It's the reason why I was nice for the last 3 years. Thank God Dwayne Walker has taken over and is doing a fantastic job. But the reason why I created it was for other people to get excited about the hobby, to get involved, and to understand just how fantastic this hobby is. With that said, I just realized that for like the last 2 years, I continue to be politically correct.
Yes.
And some of that's because I work for the ACA and I help CARES. I'm on those teams. So I have to be very delicate about stuff. But no more! This episode, we're going to keep it real for a minute because let's face it, guys, so many people come to these clubs meetings and they have no idea how much time, energy, money is involved in these monthly meetings. And so much of the cost, so much of the money that is needed to keep these clubs going center around two things really: auctions and membership. And if those two things aren't supported, clubs will die. Clubs will fade away. For the first year, basically out of pocket, funded with Mike Moe and a lot of donation and help from Tom Galuli the first year of the CCY. The second year, the board kicked me in my ass, thankfully, and oh, you're going to hear some language too. And thankfully, we came up with a system and we said no more is this stuff coming out of pocket. We're going to start charge, because I wasn't charging for membership, I wasn't charging for auction. All I wanted to do was get a lot of people together, have a good time, and I figured, hell, I spend this much money on golf a month anyway, so what's a couple $100 every meeting? But we got some structure the second year. We started doing things. I fought it. You were on the team. I fought a lot of it.
Yep, and I was completely against your way of doing things, and that caused a lot of issues with you and I.
That's true. I hated you.
Yep. We were frenemies.
But I learned that there needs to be structure, that, you know, a train could hit me, a truck could hit me, I could die, and that this has got to go on.
Yep,
and that
and the club's gone without you there since you were doing everything.
Well, not only that, but I'm just talking financially. There has to be some sort of financial structure to keep this thing going. And so we started charging for membership, and I think we started out charging $1 a bag, and then smarter minds took over and decided that a percentage was better. And I'm setting all this up so we can talk about a couple of pet peeves I have, and you guys can comment below. This is probably not going to go on, I don't know, it might go on YouTube. Maybe other clubs can use it. I don't know. But here's some of my pet peeves. Again, keeping in mind that clubs have to spend money to get speakers in. Clubs have to spend money to get food in. Clubs have to spend hours to get meetings ready. There's so much awards, all the stuff that takes place. It's money, it's time. None of this stuff is free. And I get so frustrated, and today's a perfect day because I'm a little frustrated anyway. I woke up early, we had a great night last night, but I'm a little edgy. So this is the perfect time for me to talk about this stuff. Auctions is probably the #1 thing that creates money. For every bag that goes up and gets auctioned on, there's a certain percent that goes back to the club. This money doesn't go into someone's pocket to pay their mortgage. It doesn't go to a card payment. It goes back to the club so that that money can be generated and more speakers can come and the life of the club keeps going on. Okay? So here's some pet peeves that I have, and we're going to talk about the auctions first. All right? I got to put my glasses on. I wrote some of this stuff down. Number one. Again, the language is you have to be ready for the language. Oh no, this bitch didn't raise her hand. Yeah. People, it is an auction. Do not make someone feel guilty because they raised your bid. The whole point of the auction is to raise money. Think about the seller if you don't care about the club. If you bring a nice fish in, you don't want someone playing nice. Well, don't raise your hand because I really want that fish. The whole thing is about the club making a little money, but more important, the person who's bringing the fish and making some money. So don't allow someone to give you the stink eye.
I can remember how many times you gave me the stink eye when I would up you to $50 a fish.
True, but I didn't tell you ever to stop.
No, you did not.
I never told anyone, and I never will tell anyone to stop. I will graciously, I might give you the stink eye, but I will graciously bow out and say, hey, you got it.
And if you want that fish, keep bidding. Don't let somebody talk you out of it. If you want it, get it.
So is our point clear? Keep bidding. Don't let someone talk you out of bidding on a fish or giving some sad story that, oh, I want that fish and woo, 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 woo. If you want that fish, get that fish, raise that thing up, because again, if you don't, not only are you not getting the fish, but you're hurting the club as far as making a profit, and you're hurting the person who brought the fish in. Get the fish. Pay for it. Don't let anyone stop you from raising and purchasing the fish you want. We're clear?
Clear.
Is that clear on that?
Yes, sir.
All right. Next. Can we go half on that auction bet? There's 6 fry in there. And if you don't bet against me, I won't bet against you. We can get it really cheap and we can split the fry. You get 3, I get 3.
And just to get the bag away from those 2 idiots.
Come on. Stop it. Don't do that. Please. Again, do I need to say it again? The auction is for raising money for the club and for the person, the seller, okay? Don't go half and half on someone. The whole thing is about raising money. I'm sure there will be another bag later. I'm sure after the bag is bought at the correct price, if you want to then go over and try to make a deal, that's fine. But don't do it before the auction. Don't have some plan where, oh, we're not going to bid on it. We're going to wait for it to go at this lowest price, and then we're going to go half and half on it. I mean, that's just ridiculous. And I know people do this, okay? And I really don't, at this point, don't care who I'm offending. It's just, I'm thinking about the club and I'm thinking about the seller, and it's poor practice to do that stuff, all right? The sellers are bringing stuff in with the confidence that they're going to get at least a decent price, at least the money that they spend into it back.
Right.
Okay, and it doesn't have to be, I said fried, but it could be anything. I mean, there's bags of fish with angels or rainbow or whatever. It doesn't have to just be fried. So please, don't do some ploy where you're talking to your buddy and you're saying, don't do this, keep it low, and I'll split the cost. It's hurting the club that you so-called support. Don't do it. Next! Okay, here's my other one. Chatty, 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 and you can't hear what this auctioneer's saying.
Shut
the
up.
F up. Shut up! And then these people are always on the front row doing it. Poor people are trying to auction off the fish, and they're just talking blah, 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 and I can't even hear what the guy is saying or girl is saying, and it's freaking ridiculous.
It's rude.
If you want to talk, take your ass outside and talk. Don't do it in an auction where someone is trying to sell a fish. And I tell you, Mike Mull is so nice, because if I was auctioning, and thank God I can't, because I can't say these scientific names, and that's the only reason why I can't do it. I would be going off on people. Shut the F up, please. Take your ass outside if you want to talk. So we can, those people who are interested in these fish and really want to spend money and get good fish can enjoy it.
Absolutely.
Okay? Clear enough? I don't need to go much more into that. If you want to talk, take it outside. Okay? Man, I've been wanting to say this stuff when I was president.
Oh, I
for
want
the
to
longest.
yell it in the middle of an auction at times, just at certain people. Shut up.
You know what? You were in charge of auctions. So
And I would tell people to shut up.
You would.
When I was running the auctions, you shut up, you sit down, you pay attention to what's happening.
Right.
It's just common courtesy, people.
Yeah. Next! What else we got on here? 100 questions. Alright, this is what this means. You've been at the meeting. You came early. You had time to look at what the fish were. You had time to sit on your ass and Google it to find out everything you want to know about it. But no, you wait till the person who's auctioning it, and then you wait and ask 100 freaking questions before you even bid on it. You're slowing down the auction. You're slowing everything up, and then you're expecting the poor guy who's auctioning it, who it's not even his fish, to tell you 100 things about the fish. Stop it. That is the reason, and I have to give Liz and Dwayne Walker credit for this, because back in our old system, we did not put stuff on the auction. What's it called?
My Group Auctions.
My Group's auction. So you really didn't know what was coming to the auctions. Now, because of My Group Auctions, you can get on there, you can see the fish that are coming, and you can find out the information on your own. Get off your lazy you-know-what, and figure it out if you're really interested in something, so you don't have to hold up the whole auction and ask 100 freaking questions about something that you know what you should have already known. And second thing, and yeah, I'm being like this, you don't need it. If you don't know it, don't. If you don't know anything about this fish, you don't need to bid on it. Shut up. Get in the back. Shut up.
Agreed.
Okay? I'm hot. I'm pissed off.
I'm loving it. Welcome to the dark side.
Thank you. Next. Here's another one. This is for my auctioneers. You guys sitting in the back, way in the back, not really even in part, too busy trying to get something to eat and chucking stuff down and talking, and then you have the nerve to be like this when you're bidding on something, and then you get upset when the auctioneer doesn't see you and the auction is over and you're like, I was raising my hand. Get your ass in the front if you're really concerned about a fish and if you really want to be seen. Okay? Don't get upset if you get missed, because trust me, you can get loud, you can say here, you can say bid, you can say over here.
Yep.
I get so tired where the auctioneer feels bad that they didn't see you. Well, buddy, if you really wanted to fish, you would make yourself seen.
Yep. This is the one time we'll allow you to speak up. Just shout, hey, over here. Get your bid seen.
Or when you see your bag come up, get up there. Get up in the front where the auctioneer can see you. Don't give me some sad story or make the auctioneer feel bad because, oh, you didn't see your bid.
I really wanted that.
Yeah.
I missed it.
And I hope it's the bag that I got, because if you come to me asking for it, it's double the price I just got it for, buddy.
Which has happened.
Yeah. It happened at the NGAS.
Yep.
I got a fish, and I really wanted the fish, quite honestly, but then the dude offered me double the price.
What's the price?
And I was like, I even went to the seller and said, are you all right with this?
Yep.
I think I actually ended up giving the other money. I might have ended up giving the money back to the club. But regardless, yes, it's happened to us. And I will charge you double if you want the fish. Just be ready. Be watching when your bag comes up. It's an auction. My God. Next! We already said that. Okay, here's the other thing. I got a lot of them, guys. And we're on minute 14, so I got to hurry the hell up. Don't just come to a club meeting for the auction. It's rude. It's disrespectful. The club meeting is about the entire experience of creating fellowship, family, getting educated from the speaker. Don't just pop your ass in the door at the end where you're trying to time when you think the auction's going to start, and you pop in and then you want to start bidding on stuff. Enjoy the entire experience. If we were just running an auction, we would do that. We would run an auction at the end of the year so you could come in, no speakers, and you can enjoy that. But we are trying to give you, and I keep saying we, the the CCY and any other club that's listening to this and maybe sharing this is trying to do this to give you the utmost experience and to get you educated about the hobby.
And the clubs work really hard. And some of these speakers fly from all over the country, in other countries, just to talk to you and educate you about their program. And you're going to be rude and come in at the end just to buy some fish for cheap?
And I've actually, this happened to me year 1 to year 2. I actually have had people come to me and say, what time are you going to start auctioning, because I don't want to hear the speaker.
Right.
And Lonnie, to his credit, got on their ass. I, because I was too politically correct, didn't. But that's changed now, since I'm not in charge of anything and I can say what the hell I want. But come for the whole experience. Just don't pop your head in just to compete at the auction. It is, even if it's not something that you're familiar with or interested in, it may be, after you sit through the speaker presentation, it might be something that's helpful to you. You never know. All right, what else we got here? I got to tie this up. Knowing the rules.
Yes.
You want to take that, or you want me to?
You can start, I'll jump in.
Okay, you have to know how the auction works to even get involved in it. Don't be sitting there asking 100 questions. So you take cash? Will you take my credit card? How much money do you get? 20%? I didn't know that. Read the rules, read the print. It's very simple. Get to know what's going on in the auction. Don't ask a million questions after the fact. Know what you're getting into.
And every club is different, and almost every club has its own website with an actual list of rules on the website for their auctions. If it's an event auction, there's a list of rules for that auction. If you can read, you can figure this out.
And if you can't read, get somebody to read it to you. Okay? Is that all we got for rules?
I think so.
The last one, I really have a long list, but we're on minute 17 now, and I know how you guys are. After like 5 minutes, you will not be watching this, but you should, because I'm giving you some good knowledge today. The last one is, and I'll be honest, I have done this before, and it's wrong, and I've tried not to do it ever again. But you got a buddy who's a runner for the auction. You're like, hey, put my fish up there. I want to get out of here. Get that, see that bag right there? Take it up. Don't do that. You were an auctioneer for the longest time. You were in charge of auctioning. You had a certain pattern that you wanted to do things. Some things you hold on longer because you're trying to pace it upon the audience and the amount of dollars you're trying to get.
Honestly, the person running the auction, we do like to keep it a mix-up. In auctions, you have everything from fish to food to
dry
equipment.
goods.
And you don't want it all to be one thing. You really want to mix it up, and you want to get the stuff that's going to go for more. People tend to lose attention spans during auctions. So if you have an item that you want to go, you can bump it up. You can pay to bump it up, because you're going to get your most money at the beginning of the auction when people are paying attention.
Right.
You
Now,
know?
bumping up probably is for the bigger auctions. I don't know about the meetings, the regular meetings.
No, I don't believe the regular meetings do it.
No, and they're smaller auctions, so they don't
There may
last
be
as long.
20 items.
Yeah, so that's different. But be patient. Be patient. And I threw myself in there. I've done it before, where I've had a friend and be like, hey, throw that up there, I want to get it. It's wrong. Every club has a person that runs the auction, and they're doing it. They're running it based on what they think is going to sell the best. Let them do their job. Let them do their job. Be patient. You can sit your butt through there a little longer, and wait till your auction item comes up. Okay?
Yeah.
We did good?
Good.
All right, guys. This is not the last of the stuff that irritates me that we're going to talk about. And if you have some comments, comment below on it. I'd love to hear your thoughts. But this was just the auction, and honestly, I only did half of some of the things that Liz and I came up that irritate the hell out of us when we go to auctions. And I'm hoping that some of these clubs share this video so that other people understand the importance of auctions, what it means to a club, because that money then goes back into the club so we can keep producing speaker programs and get the very best to our members. So it's important that you guys understand the reasons for auctions. It really is one of the premier things that gives money back to the club. All right, so we're right at 19 minutes and 41 seconds. We're going to stop it at 20 minutes. I hope you watch this all the way through. Yeah, I'm pissed off. Get it together, guys. Understand why it's important to go to these auctions and do things correctly. All right? Talk to you guys later. It's the Mad King and Queen Cichlids. Peace out.